Huge spoilers if you haven't watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you liked the video and want to see more, hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is known to have some of the most broken characters in all of anime, most popular being Star Platinum, The World, and Gold Experience Requiem. One day I thought to myself, GER isn't the only Requiem stand though, we also have Silver Chariot Requiem. And so here I, Blazel, am to try and answer this question that I'm almost certain no one wanted an answer to. Now, let's start with both of these stands' musical references. Requiem is the unfinished story by Amadeus Mozart, which is completed by one of his students after his death, which also parallels with Polnareff and Giorno. Polnareff being Mozart, who died at the hands of Diavolo, and Giorno being the student who, while struggling against Diavolo, gains the power of Requiem and essentially finishes the song. There's also a legend of a person in a black cloak being the one who commissioned Mozart to make Requiem, which I guess is Diavolo making Polnareff bring the Requiem arrow to him. Now for the stands themselves. Let us start with Gold Experience Requiem, as I think it's the easier to explain stand among the two, and god damn boy is he insane. GER is stated in multiple guides and by Araki himself to be so strong that it exceeds all previous stand stats, abilities, and attack powers. Also, Gold Experience Requiem stats have consistently either shown the word infinite or none, both of which imply that Gold Experience Requiem cannot be compared to any previous stands in JoJo's. And GER himself also mentions that no matter what ability a stand has or enemy has, GER will always be above that stand.
絶対に行くことはない。これがゴールドエクスペリエンスレクイエム。このことは私を操るジョルノ・ジョバーナさえも知ることはない。
Now, in terms of power scaling, we can compare GER to the previous strongest stand, Star Platinum The World, which also makes it easier for power scaling because Star Platinum has consistent stats and measurable feats to his name. If GER is above all stands, then he should be at the same level as Star Platinum's city level feats with the sun, or above that level. Also, screw the part 6 stat description, because people make an argument of Star Platinum The World being stronger than GER just because it states that Star Platinum is the strongest stand, which just bruh, why you straight? Now, there are two theories that Metas said in his The Most Terrifying Stands Gold Experience Requiem video that are possible. One being that Araki has two different versions of the ultimate stand in his mind. Star Platinum being physically strongest and having measurable feats, while GER being an immeasurable stand who is above any logic and reasoning. The other one being that Gold Experience Requiem does not exist in part 6, but Gold Experience exists, as at the end of part 5, the Requiem arrow leaves Gold Experience Requiem and devolves him, most probably devolves him back Gold Experience. This theory does have quite a few holes in it. That's why the first one is more applicable. Also, there are two part 6 stats for Star Platinum The World, and the JoJo Viller one suggests that it is the strongest stand, while the manga one does not state that it's the strongest stand. Also, the whole point of the Requiem arrow is to attain power like a god, and we see that with GER's abilities. So you would think GER has more AP than Star Platinum The World, which lowballing his attack power, it would be city level, exactly the same as Star Platinum, and midballing, it would be mountain level, which is actually scary as hell. This 15 or 16-year-old just blowing up mountains, just damn, that's nightmare fuel right there. In terms of speed, let's compare Gold Experience Requiem with Made in Heaven. Made in Heaven is said to have immeasurable speed, which would also imply that GER is an immeasurable speed stand as well, but on a higher level. Basically, Gold Experience Requiem could kill anyone in the JoJo verse until part 6 with his bare hands, but we do not stop there. Oh, no. We still gotta go through his abilities. I said at the start that Gold Experience Requiem is easier to explain than Chariot Requiem, but I never said it wasn't gonna be a long-ass list of overpowered shite. As an evolved stand, Gold Experience Requiem retains all of its previous abilities and gains more. We have Life Giver, the ability to give life to any inanimate object and turn it into any living being. Damage Reflection, when a creature JoJo made gets damaged, the damage is reflected onto the opponent. Life Shot, which makes the opponent feel like they have a lot of energy and are moving very fast, but in reality they are lagging behind, which gives JoJo the chance to rush them or attack them.
はめ込みました。喉も足も生命を作り出す能力です。
Life Exhaustion, the ability to give energy to any living being to make them go through their entire life in a single moment. And pretty much it's a one-shot ability, even just normal Gold Experience ability wise. The final ability being Life Sensor, which allows him to detect life in any object. However, after becoming Gold Experience Requiem, his previous abilities grow exponentially strong, and on top of that, he gains two brand new abilities, Return to Zero and the Infinite Death Loop, both of which are what make Gold Experience Requiem truly broken. Through Return to Zero, Gold Experience Requiem can revert all actions and willpower back to zero and make it so that nothing ever happened. Let's look at when Diavolo Stand, King Crimson or Emperor Crimson, whatever you might call it, used Time Skip, an ability which erases time for others but not himself, and when to finish off JoJo. During Time Skip, no one other than Diavolo should be able to move, but Gold Experience Requiem moved during Time Skip, which implies that Return to Zero or Gold Experience Requiem works at a higher plane of existence than King Crimson's Time Skip. Shortly after seeing Return to Zero, we also see the Infinite Death Loop in effect. After JoJo defeats Diavolo, we see Diavolo being teleported to different places or scenarios where he brutally gets killed. He gets stabbed, operated on while conscious, run over by a car, etc., but he never truly dies. What's really happening is that GER places Diavolo into these fake scenarios, and right before Diavolo dies, Gold Experience Requiem uses his healing properties to bring Diavolo back to life and kills him again and again forever. Ever thought how many ways you could die? Just ask Gold Experience Requiem and he'll make you go through all of them infinitely. Thankfully, Chariot Requiem is a lot shorter to explain but harder to understand yourself. Silver Chariot Requiem is called the Berserk stand because it technically does not have a stand user. After Diavolo kills Polnareff, Polnareff remembers his adventure with the Stardust Crusaders, which is quite a sad moment in the anime, and the fact that he couldn't protect Avdol, Iggy, and Kakyoin made him want to protect the arrow and deliver it safely to JoJo. During his final moments, Polnareff makes Silver Chariot pierce himself with the Requiem arrow, and thus Silver Chariot Requiem is born. Alright, now to the abilities, and just Silver Chariot Requiem is hard to understand and at the same time just broken. Chariot Requiem's range is absolutely insane. After turning into Requiem, he made everyone fall asleep for 6 to 7 hours, during which all living beings swapped souls with the living being closest to them. At a very low ball estimate, the range of soul swap would be the entire dome and a few acres of land outside of the dome, but at a mid-ball estimation, the entire city of Rome. Also, see how I said living creatures instead of nearest person? Yes, plants, animals, and sea creatures got their souls swapped alongside human. Chariot Requiem's next ability is somewhat of a buff ability, where stands like Narancia's Aerosmith or Lil Bomber being able to phase through solid objects without even destroying them, and Mr. Stand, Sex Pistols, pretty much making scattershot bullets out of one single bullet mid-air and then hitting a fence multiple times. This buff ability gets kind of inconsistent / non-existent with stands like Sticky Fingers, Gold Experience, and Spice Girl, where they don't show much of a power up. Then there's also Diavolo killing Narancia during pause time, which just doesn't make any sense whatsoever because King Crimson cannot act when time is being skipped like 10 seconds into the future. Also, during the 6 or 7 hours of everyone being asleep, why the hell was Chariot Requiem just standing in one place? That was one question. I was like, dude, why? What the hell? Why did he stand in one single place for 7 hours, 6, 7 hours? Well, there are technically two answers to this. One being that it felt safe there in that place, and the other being Silver Chariot Requiem is stupid, which, not gonna lie, makes a lot of sense, cause, I mean, he is the stand of Polnareff. Jean-Pierre Polnareff. Anyways, now we have Chariot Requiem's stand controlling ability. This is the first time someone could control another person's stand without any sort of contact with it or its user. When Bucciarati tried to take the Requiem arrow from Chariot Requiem, his very own stand, Sticky Fingers or Zipperman, whatever, attacked him, which is one of the two things stands will never allow to happen. First being they will not allow the user to take their own life, and the other being they will never harm the user. All of the second one goes out the window as Chariot Requiem has control over all stands who try to take the Requiem arrow from him. Chariot Requiem's next best asset is his regeneration, which is insane to say the least, astronomical. Like, this dude can rival like people like Wolverine's regen. That's how OP this is. Chariot Requiem has taken multiple beatings from Sticky Fingers and Gold Experience, but each and every time he would easily regenerate back to normal. His regen is so absurd that he can rip limbs off and throw them at those who try to take the arrow from him. His final ability is to summon creatures from another world. Nightmarish or hellish creatures that have never walked on this earth since its beginning to present day start coming out of people's and animals' bodies. Now let's get one thing clear. Chariot Requiem cannot control these creatures at will. He just summons them. So I want to start off with both Gold Experience Requiem and Silver Chariot Requiem's weaknesses. Now, you think Gold Experience Requiem doesn't have any weaknesses, but the thing is, Return to Zero works based on logic. I did not read part 7 and 8, but I found this little bit of information. In part 8, the main enemy stand is called Wonder of You, whose ability is to defy logic itself, which pretty much means Wonder of You can neglect GER easily. From there, beating GR is easy as cake. Chariot Requiem's weakness, however, is a lot more easy to exploit than bringing stands from another part / universe as a whole. Chariot Requiem's weakness is only noticed when the sun is out, where his shadow is in the direction of the sun and not opposite to it. Then you notice a miniature sun behind your head, which once destroyed using your stand, Chariot Requiem will be killed. Now you have to completely destroy that miniature sun using your stand. Otherwise, Chariot Requiem will not die. So, even after all this, there are two possible scenarios. Technically 3, not surprising, the 2 scenarios tend to lead towards Gold Experience Requiem coming out victorious, while the other being more niche. First being JoJo notices the miniature sun and destroys it and then just wins instantly. Second one being more of a stretch. Let's give Silver Chariot Requiem as much help as possible. Let's say it's still nighttime during the fight and JoJo just does not notice the miniature sun. What then? Now, first thing first, that Chariot Requiem won't be able to control Gold Experience Requiem, as GER is transcended stand which can talk and act on its own will. True that GER would probably succeed in making Chariot Requiem enter the infinite death loop, but then Chariot Requiem's regeneration comes into play. The regeneration will likely prevent Chariot Requiem from dying without the help of GER's Life Giver ability. So conclusion of the second one would be that GER kills Chariot Requiem infinitely just without having to use Life Giver. Now the third and final one is an even longer stretch. Let's just say, let's get the previous shit out. It's nighttime, Jono doesn't notice the miniature sun behind his head. And let us give the benefit of the doubt to Silver Chariot Requiem, that Silver Chariot Requiem can, in fact, take control over Gold Experience Requiem. What then? If Silver Chariot just does succeed in it, then as we've seen with Bucciarati and Sticky Fingers / Zipperman, Silver Chariot Requiem will be able to manipulate Gold Experience Requiem to kill Giorno for him. And then when Giorno dies, Gold Experience Requiem, which is technically Giorno's soul, will also die. And that would mean that Silver Chariot Requiem wins. Anyways, that is it for the end of the video. If any of you don't agree with me or any of you have any theories of yourself on this battle, comment down below. This is Blaze Lamim signing out, and I will see you all on the flip side. Peace.